How you doing, everybody? Oops. Welcome back to my channel. You're speaking to John, of course. If this is your first time coming to my channel, this is a channel where we kind of get into the topics of my 10 years in prison, fights. Usually I talk about fights I lose, but fights, prostitutes, you know, my tales of prostitutes, and my drug tales, you know, my crack files, and just heroin, everything. You know, we get into everything, but I have some good videos as well, you know, about the stocks, the stimulus, and books that I read and stuff like that. But for some reason, they don't get as many views. Now, I'm not blaming you guys, viewers, but, you know, you guys love, well, that's it straight. You guys love Bozo Chronicles, so I know that, you know. But this was a recommended video. Someone recommended it that I talked to, and he's actually the winner, so that's a coincidence too. I won't give his name away right now. You're gonna get his name tomorrow. There's a winner of the fake knife, butterfly knife, because it's not sharpened, and the smartwatch. So, and he's the winner, you know. So, and I'll do that video tomorrow. But this one, I was asked from somebody to talk about my death, you know, like what happened to me. You know, I'll take my hat off for this, you know. Talk about whatever you see, I don't know, until after. Talk about, you know, that, you know, what I seen when I died, what do I remember, the road to recovery, all the surgeries, and any hallucinations and stuff like that, you know. So I said, of course I'll do it, and I'll do it for anybody. So any of you watching, if you ever request anything from me, like, yo, I want to see something where you talk about prostitutes again, or drugs, or a certain prison thing, or just something in life, like your first job you ever got, like in the street. And, you know, I'll always do any video that's requested of me, any video, period. So, and I'll be honest, like I always am. But, okay, so, you know, a lot of you guys do know how I was killed, you know, like I was assaulted, and it wasn't fair, so the guy really didn't get any points for it, because what I did is I walked by his cell to walk downstairs. I didn't know there was beef. If I knew there was beef, I am the beef right then and there. Like, if me and you, like, I'm looking at myself because it's a camera, but if me and you are beefing, we fighting right here, right now, because I'm not going to sleep on that shit, you know, like wake up with a baby locker smashed on my head. You know, that's prison shit. You know, got baby lockers in jail, but baby locker smashed on my head, or I'm walking and I'm getting cut in the face from behind. No, we ending this shit right here. So I didn't know it was beef. So I walk by his cell, and he comes out with a haymaker. You guys know what a haymaker is. It's like you're throwing like a fastball. You're not even really looking. You're just aiming for the facial area. And I wasn't wearing my glasses. He caught me right here, and I seen at the last second it was him. Like, because you see the fist coming, but I only got the last chance to see who he was. And it hit me, and I fractured my orbital, and it fractured something like my nasal bone. But, you know, I was in a coma for that, so I healed. I was already healed when I woke up. And I fell that way. And that didn't knock me out. Son had no... He had nothing. A haymaker, and all you did was put itty bitty fractures. Like, bro, I would have done a lot. I mean, you wound up killing me, but you didn't really, you know, like, it was the other things that happened because of your timing was perfect for it to happen, you know. But I would have done a lot, you know what I mean? But whatever. Well, fuck my balls, you know. My dick may be longer right there, you know what I mean? But he's probably pissing on his balls when he's going to the bathroom, but whatever. He hit me, and my head hit the bars, because there's bars to stop you from falling to the first floor, because I was on the second floor. If I fell to the first floor, I'd snap my neck, or I would have broken bones and all that stuff. If I lived, it would have been horrible, you know. But if I didn't live, you know, it would have been horrible for people that do care, you know. And I don't know who they are, because nobody drove me to get my blower. I had to take care of that myself, you know, so, and pay for it, you know, with a cab. I found a cab that would do it for my company. But, you know, I work for someone else, but, you know, I'm talking about the blower for stuff I do, like the neighbors and stuff like that. So I got my own equipment, but, so, sometimes you're on your own. But, yeah, so that knocked me out when I hit that bar. And then that's like a puppet with the strings cut off. I fell backwards and landed on the back of my head first. It was like concrete floor. landed on the back of my head first. The front of my brain bounced off the front of my skull. So that gave me a seizure right there, and I died. And the inmate knew. He's like, yo, I just caught a fucking body. Like, no way. So he screamed for the COs because they weren't doing their job. They weren't doing their security walk. I won the grievance. That's why I'm saying these things. They weren't doing the security walks, and the doors have to be closed at all times. They were never closed. He wouldn't have had the opportunity to sneak up on me in the cell if they followed the rules by closing the doors at all times, like they do in every dorm when brass is walking. They tell us to close the doors, so it looks like they're doing their job. But they all bring their cell phones, which is a rule. You can't, and they all keep the doors open. So they're fucked. They're pretty fucked. But yeah, so that happened. So he called the COs because they didn't know what happened. Yo, this guy just went. He went to 4. I caught him. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. They thought I had a drug overdose. I think they might have hit me with Narcan or something, but they thought I had a drug overdose. So once they think you had a drug overdose in their minds, because I know how COs are. I got COs in my family. I got sheriffs in my family. You know, I got law in my family. But they're not all like that. But I'm saying, you see the other people. If the guy is there for drug overdose, that's his fault. Whatever happens, happens. You know. So that's why I want to get the tape, because they got tape. You know, you keep tape. I want to see the guy assault. I want to see how long they took to respond and how they treated the incident, since they weren't doing their job and they didn't know what happened. You know, if they knew the guy killed me, then they would have rushed and ran and screamed to make sure I was all right and get someone here quick. I want to see their response time, what they did. So I'll find that out later. And the unusual incident report as well. I want to see how they wrote it up, considering he ran out of the cell. You know, if the cell's supposed to be locked at all times, how are they going to explain that? Well, whatever, that's something else. But, so after that, I died. I don't remember anything. I'm not going to lie. Other than being dead. You know, when I died the very, very first time from angel dust, I do remember something, you know. And I don't know if that was from me coming back to life, but still in, like, out. But, it was like a globe, like a planet, like, you know, like Ego in Marvel is a whole planet, you know. I was like a planet, like Ego. I was like a planet conversing with another planet, but not like I'm conversing with you now. It was just understanding, going back and forth, just feelings and emotions and understanding. So I don't know if that means anything. And I do believe that, you know, I don't believe in heaven like with angels and your grandpa's there. You know, that's just any place you have to stay for eternity is kind of hell. For eternity, any place, even the best park we have in America for eternity. You know, like just like being with any girl for eternity ain't gonna always be good. But whatever. I believe that we're energy, because you can't destroy energy. That's a scientific fact. You can only convert it. You know, so we are energy when we die. I think, you know, something our brain can't comprehend, because we're not going to keep our brain. But I think we're energy, and, you know, part of the world's energy. But all right, so let's go back to the story, because I keep bumping off. So I don't remember nothing this time when I died. I didn't see light, the tunnel. I didn't see grandma, grandpa, or something like that. But I woke up like 3 weeks later. You know what I mean? They had me in a medically induced coma because my brain kept swelling. I had severe brain damage, severe brain trauma, and they had like you know, the thermometers you put in your mouth or your ass when you're a kid. They had like a thermometer looking, it was a gauge sticking out of my head, through my skull, out of my head. Pressure gauge to monitor the pressure of my brain. And they had me on tons of meds and stuff. And one time, it was like too much. The pressure was way too much with all the shit they were doing in the meds and the observation and just trying to keep on top of it. So they called my mom and said, listen, can I do whatever I have to do to keep your son alive? Because if not, your son ain't going to make it right now. Mom was like, do anything you have to do to keep him alive. So they cut right here, all the way back, and right here. And they took this whole part of my head out, threw it in the garbage, and sewed back up, you know, obviously sewed back up. And I came out of the coma after 20-something days, and I was able to touch my own brain. You know, my scalp, really, but I was able to touch my brain. So I didn't get the fucking scalp put in until August. Not the August that just passed, you know, the August after that, before that. But when I first came through, they almost had a 7:30 meeting for me. And for people that know what a 7:30 meeting is, that's like crazy. You're crazy. They're having a crazy meeting, because I was not me. I don't remember really any of it, but I was shooting my daughter and my ex-wife with, like, I'm not holding a gun. I'm just shooting them nonstop. Or the machines I'm hooked up to, they're going beep, beep. I would do that sometimes for like 2 hours. And I have my family here. Like, so why am I socializing? I'm just beep, beep. You know, so they thought it might have been almost a vegetable. You know what I mean? Like, lost me. But you see me talking. I got my shit back. My brain had to readjust. My brain went through some severe traumatic injury and traumatic experience. It needed time to recalibrate of what was left of it. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty good now. But after that surgery, they got me out of that hospital, Brookhaven. They threw me in Peconic Bay, the civilian Peconic Bay Hospital. But there's a jail ward where COs are right there, and there's only a certain amount of rooms. And they kept me there. And I had tons and tons of problems. I was loaded up med. I mean, I'm loaded up meds now. That's funny. Oh, God. That's not funny. I'll fix that, though. You know, and I won't edit it out either, because you guys could laugh at me for doing something stupid like that. You know, fuck it. But, here's my meds. Like, here's all this shit. I don't even know if that isn't all that. I got some of my thing. I take tons and tons of meds every day. But, you know, they have me on, you know, I'm on my Klonopin, my Suboxone, my Neuron, you know, I'm on everything. But I want my meds when I'm supposed to get it. Now, when you're fucking ready, because we're a criminal, you do your job like you're supposed to do your job, like I'm just a regular human. Don't treat me like a criminal. So I had like some beef with a couple of ladies. They would like telling me, and then they would tell the COs, and I'd tell COs, yo, unlock me from this bed. Fight me. And I still didn't have a skull. I was like, fight me. Give me the fucking head up. Put your badge down, your gun down. Fight me head up. If you win, I'll shut the fuck up and play the bed, and that's it. You won't see a movement out of me. But if I win, I want you to shut the fuck up and go back on your seat and not say a word for the rest of the fucking day. None of them would fight me. I've done it quite a few times. The only thing that would happen is I take a nap, and I wake up, and there's a white shirt right next to me. I'm like, oh, shit. I look, you know, get the cold out my eyes. It's my aunt. My aunt, you know, she's a lieutenant, probably going to be captain, like a month. Probably. I don't have no, you know, don't be saying it, but she's going for it, and she usually gets what she goes for. You know, she's a strong person mentally and striving to do what she has to do. But she's a lieutenant, so she wears a white shirt, Riverhead. And she's right there, like, yo, Aunt, you came to visit me? What's up, babe? Blah, blah. No, I didn't fucking come to visit you. I keep getting phone calls from these officers saying you're threatening to kick their ass. What the fuck is wrong with you? All that shit. So I was dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, you know. And they even lied. That's another story. Like, you know, I'll just briefly go into, because it's already 13 minutes, but I'll briefly go into it. There was a point where I got a beef with one guy. He was like videotaping me with his phone even, and I don't think they can have their phones. I don't know. That's not the jail, but it's the jail ward of the hospital. So it's still, you got to follow the same rules. But he was doing that, and he kept fucking me. He kept fucking me, and I was on a severe water restriction. That much water I was allowed to have in my pitcher. That much. I wasn't able to shit because of it. I had to take laxatives because I had no liquid. It was for my brain damage, for my sodium secretion problem. But I drink juice cup after juice cup after juice cup, and I take my medicine, and my numbers are fine. So, like, they're not okay. You know, maybe my numbers weren't good because you weren't letting me drink and shit. You know what I mean? It was just fucked up. But he kept trying to lie, tell my family, like my aunts, they're like, oh, he's stealing water, he's doing this when he goes to the bathroom. Yo, first of all, I know my Bill of Rights. Actually, I have them right down here. I just got to fuck with paper. I won't do it again and pull the setup down. But I know my Bill of Rights. My Bill of Rights, even in the hospital. I had that. I have still, but I had that paperwork, and I'd be quoting directives and writing grievances on the fucking nurses about stuff about sexual harassment and all these weird things. This guy just wrote something again. I'll throw it away for now. But he was the guy who wanted this video. But yeah, I had severe problems with this guy. And one day I was changing, and you know, they give you, it's not tighty whities, but it's not a boxer brief. It's like a tighty whitey version of boxer brief. It was like pathetic, and it was like see-through dry. And I was getting changed, and all I had was that, you know, because I wanted to change my gown. You know, I had a few gowns. And he looked, he's like, oh man, he's like, too bad we didn't have fucking a 12-pack of beer right now. You know, because I said, are you looking at me? Because I looked twice, like maybe he's looking past me, but I'm on a second fucking floor, third floor. Like, what are you looking over here for? So I was like, yo, you looking at me? You need something? Like, what's up? And he said that because he heard me talk to the fucking psych counselor that I had a problem. I was 12 years old, you know, and blah, blah, blah happened. And it's on my front of my brain. I can't get rid of the thought, you know, and that the anxiety meds helped me out. And since he was there, he broke my HIPAA law by throwing it back in my face, saying he wanted to be there. He wanted to do something sexually. So you're a faggot. That's why I always say you're a fucking faggot. You know who you are. If I remembered your name, I think I wrote it down. I wrote down all the cops' names. I'm going to say your name on this channel. So this whole fucking channel knows who the fuck you are. But you were the fat guy with the bald head. You know what I mean? Like, just a bird, a bitch. The one I always called out to fight. But that's that. But then telling on me about the water, part of my Bill of Rights is I can reject any sort of treatment that I'm not comfortable with. If I said I'm not comfortable with being on a water restriction, I don't want that treatment, I don't have to steal water. I could just say, I'm filling up my pitcher with water because I'm not agreeing and not doing that. I'm exercising my Bill of Rights. So what do you mean I'm stealing it? So, you know, I was like, I got yelled at for it, and I really didn't do it. So I was like, you know what? Now people can go fuck themselves. I started, like, stealing it. Even though I don't have to, I did it because if you're going to yell at me for doing it, and I didn't do it, now I'm going to do it. Because at least there's a reason for it. You know, empty fucking shampoo, I'd fill up water. You know, I'd fill a lot of shit up, have it in my tidy whitey import, my cup pitcher. Stuff I didn't have to do, but it just gave me stuff to do during the day. But, we had physical problem one time because after he said that crazy shit, I'm like, yo, I was talking about, I'll fuck you up. I know who a pussy is. I know what a pussy smells like. I've been around pussies for years, almost my whole life. And you smell, I can smell you from here. You're nothing but a pussy. All you do is talk. You ain't doing nothing real. I'm ready right now. I'm standing. All I need to be is unlocked and let loose on you. I will fuck you up. And he kept running his mouth. So I was like, you know what? I got a shit, so you got to unlock me. You got no choice. You can't deny me to use the bathroom, take a shit. So I got him there. He came, he unlocked me. I didn't touch him because I wasn't going to touch him until he touched me. If he touched me, I'm swinging on fucking, I don't care. Because I'm so fucked up medically, he'll get in trouble for that regardless. You know, so I went to go to the bathroom. And once I got close to the door, he like kind of got halfway in the door, so like he wanted me to like brush him or act like I'm scared and like sneak past him. And I got into his face. I'm like, see, I told you, you was nothing but a pussy. You know, fucking guy. He sent me a video. Oh, I think he sent me a video when I was saying all shit, how he's a pussy, how I'm right here, right now, and he's got a chance to do anything. And you know I ain't gonna say nothing. And then he like kept grabbing me like above my penis, but below my fucking belly button, that little spot, which was like gay, which was like molestation gay, you know? And he kept touching me. I kept grabbing his arms hard and throwing them back at him where he moved back. I'm pretty strong, you know, especially the guy was like smaller, bald, fat guy. He was nothing. He was nothing. And if you ever fucking watch this, or if there's anybody that knows about the jail stuff and watch this, you're going to know what I'm talking about. You're going to get the guy and say, hey, you were fucking on it, you know. Because I'm telling you again right now, fuck you, suck my dick, I will fuck you up. And now I got a good head. So, you know what I mean? But, so we had that. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to get this guy. So I waited 2 days. And then when the nurse came and said, I want to speak to someone that's a brain doctor, you know, one of my brain doctors. Like, what's the matter? What's wrong? I was like, I was wearing the helmet the other day and something hit me on top of the head, and I just want to make sure I'm not going to have no seizures or anything like that. And the idiot was working, and he heard me say it. He's like, no. He yelled at the nurse, told the nurse to get the hell out. Okay. He goes, you want to play games? You want to fucking play games with me? I'm a master at games. Watch this game I play. I'm like, do whatever the fuck you want to do, bitch. You know, and because he knew I was going to say he fucking did the, you know, it would get him in trouble. And then all of a sudden I'm getting yelled at by the sergeant, threatening my life, by the way. But I think that was his, like, little shtick, because he wasn't going to do nothing. And he had to act like he was taking the other guy's side, but he knew it was bullshit. Because it got reported 3 days later. Like, a red dot is a red dot. The security issue is a security issue. Like, the papers are pulled, filled out the first day. Everything is done, and everything's on camera anyway. So how 3 days later did you say, I didn't let you in when you tried to come to my room? I was by the door, that where you guys are, you know, that where you walk into my room, and I pushed you out. That means I uncuffed myself from the bed, did that, and no security was mentioned or called, ever. There weren't people that ran up and hit me down and strapped me up, you know, like nothing happened. And your partner wasn't acting crazy, like defensive, but yet you said she's seen it, and she said, yes, she's seen it too. Why ain't it on camera? But of course, you know, I had people that were close to me. I'm not going to say if they were related or not, will believe in that story, you know. So I had to deal with some bullshit when I was there, a lot of it. And I even dealt with bullshit when I was in Brookhaven when I got the head on, because all the girls were watching my YouTube channel that I have right now. You know, they got me kicked out. The PA got jealous of this of this cute motherfucker's face, you know. I mean, you know, some girls like scars. Some girls like piercings too, you know what I mean? I mean, pierced up, some like tats, some don't, you know? So, when you want the girls that like what I'm about, hit me the fuck up. Don't play scared no more. Text me or hit me up here to talk privately. You don't have to say it on there where people say, oh, John got this girl. You can say, hey, what's going on? Can you give me your number again? I want to text you. And I'll give you my number and text, and we talk. I mean, like, come on, man. I always post it on my Facebook, at least. Like, sometimes it's only 19% guys and 81 something % girls. You know, like, you girls watch this shit. You know what I mean? Like, some of you say what's up, even if it's just a friendship. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't live that far, like, I'll chill. You don't have to do nothing. I'll chill. But, yeah, that was that. But hallucinations, no, I never had hallucinations from this at all. I was crazy when I first came out of it. Definitely crazy. So that could have been hallucinations happening too. And the surgeries, you know, the surgery was the one pulling the skull off. The other surgery was in August, when they, not August, they just passed August before that. They put a 3D printed skull on. This came from a computer. 3D printed. It's not a steel, like where I walk through metal detector and go off like Wolverine. It's like a plastic composite, stronger than a human bone. So that was my second surgery. Then I got my third surgery when I was free, which I went back to the hospital, and it was like a grapefruit size liquid. If you see my older videos, you'll see it. Sometimes I wear my hat because I didn't want it shown, and sometimes I said fuck it, and I just had it. And if I said yes, my fucking head shook like that. Like I couldn't pick up nobody, because everybody thought that was COVID, and if they didn't, they were like, he looks fucked up. So I always wore my snow hat when I walked around, you know what I mean? So I didn't get the looks. But so I got that surgery, that took it out, and they were going to do a fourth where they put a shunt from my brain to my gut, so it didn't come back. But it didn't come back, so I don't have to get that surgery. So that's that. How I got past it, I'm still getting past it, to be honest with you. I still can't believe it happened. You know, I'm not hurt like, oh God, I was killed. I just can't believe it happened. You know, like I'm an official dude, number one, and like I've done some shit, you know what I mean? Like, I've been through some hell, some wars, and dealt with demons, and can't believe I actually been killed, you know? Like, it's not the first time I died, because I died on drug, you know, but I was killed by somebody. Like, I didn't ever expect that to happen, definitely. And I got the lawsuits, you know, I'm suing the jail, the 2 COs, the sergeant that signed the book, the sheriff, the fucking jail itself, the county, blah, 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 you know? So I got all that handled under wraps. I got my mask is right here. I'll show you if it's not. Yeah, my mask is right here. I got my disability lawyers also. They gave me a fucking, you know, face mask, you know, so they can handle my disability case. So I get my disability papers. I might get, and it's all retroactive from when I filled out for it. So you know, if it takes a year or 2 years, you know, it won't take 2 because I really am fucked up. It takes like 8 months. I get 8 months worth of that shit, you know, and like 2 checks. But they get 6,000 of it or 25% of it, you know, whatever's smaller. It said too. So, you know, they're going to get some money because they wouldn't do it if they weren't. But I'll be on disability soon. And I get the unemployment. You know, I was getting the pandemic unemployment when they were offering it because, you know, I worked for a couple days or, you know, a little bit. And the person said I can't, you know, because of COVID. And, you know, it's only going to last like a month. So next month it'll be working, only this month. And it wound up being big, the COVID. And they can't confirm if I did work or didn't because the guy ain't around no more, you know, so, you know, so there's nothing they could really do, but I filled out for it months after March, and, because I found out from someone related to me, they were getting it, 2 people related to me were getting it, and, I filled out for it, and I dated it for that day in March because, you know, right after I got out of prison, that's like, when I said I did it. You know, I didn't know they would pay from then. I thought that it would just start whenever I got approved. But all of a sudden, they said they got back. You know, you got retro from that day, from March. Like, even if you got fucked in from January, it started in March. So I got it all. Like, at one time, they gave me a $6,800 bang to my fucking account. You know, plus my $800 I kept getting a week, but they owed me $6,800. I got that one shot. You know, and I had someone else that owed me. They still do, and they pay me, you know, money. And they owed me the money because I was in the hospital and they weren't paying me. So I got a couple grand from that, you know. And that's why there was a lot of time I was just playing around with $10,000 on the bed. And just like fucking pictures of it. And, you know, all my jewelry and all my high fucking name colognes and stuff. You know, that's nothing. That's being hood rich. That's not wealthy. That's not at all wealthy. Because look, I don't have it right now. I'm telling you, I don't have it right now. I got my stocks, and my stocks got a decent amount in there, and they're doing good. But you know, I'm not all right now. I'm waiting for the stimulus to pass, which is going to be any day. It's $300 more a week with your unemployment, and it's all getting extended. It's not going to end the 26th like it's supposed to, you know, this month. But I'm getting by, man. I'm trying to just maintain. What I did was, I mean, I work for someone else. Like, I'm my man, I do stuff while I'm set up, but I also, you guys seen it, you know, I started to try to see if I could do like little yard work. You know, I bought a blower, a backpack blower, and, you know, that I rake, you know, bags and gas and stuff, and I walk it all, I wear it and walk it all to that, whatever house fucking hired me, you know. And I got the jobs because my overhead is low, because I don't got a crew to pay. I don't even got anybody but myself to pay. So I could charge way, way lower than the companies. Because they gotta charge that, because the overhead gets a lot. Yeah, that gas for the blower, it was a lot that day. I didn't realize, and I told the homeowners, yo, I didn't realize my gas would cost me that much, but I mean, I'll stick to my word. I told you that price, and that's what I'll stick to. But I'm asking you to reach in your hearts and your pockets and pay a little more to help me with the overhead, because the gas was crazy. And not only did they do that, a nice amount, they filled up all my gas cans, because I bought them from Home Depot, like an idiot. Instead of making my own 2-cycle, you know, they filled it all up with his own 2-cycle gas, which worked great, you know. So, you know, I'm just trying. You know, I'm trying to put my life together. I mean, I get kicked out of here every day. Like, I might turn this off and get kicked out again. You know, I'm never like really like we're waiting until you open your door and leave, and we'll lock it behind you and change the locks. But I get kicked out every day. You know, it's hard. It's hard because a lot of times I don't get, not that I need anybody's sympathy. I don't need none of that. But you got to understand, I do talk a lot, you know, because that's what everybody says now in the popular, you know, like parents, family members, like sometimes you don't shut up. Yeah, it is true, you know, because of the brain damage made me a talkative socializer, you know, and I don't get that stuff, and it's not respect, understanding. And I get told, yo, you said that already, I fucking heard, you know, stuff like that. Like, it's my fucking brain. I don't know it, and I don't remember. But you talk to me like I'm supposed to be Albert Einstein still, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still healing, you know what I mean? Like, come on. So, whatever with that, but they see that I'm working hard, you know, so things aren't horrible here like they used to be, you know, they gotten better. And I took care of them for Christmas, like really good, took care of them, you know, I took care of everybody. Everybody's gonna like John for Christmas, you know, everybody, even people I didn't have to get gifts for. Like, I seen them, I said, yo, do you use it? I'll be right back, you know. And I had a whole kit of shit, like I don't remember the name. I have the name of it, whatever, like a high brand name. I fucking forgot the name. Whatever. It come in the black bottles, like an Armani type of thing. Armani, I think it was. But I had the box, the kit with the three things. The deodorant, it's unopened. It's got the plastic. And I had the two colognes, a big one and a tiny one. Boom, gave him that as Christmas. Bought his son a Christmas present too. I got it here somewhere. Wrap it, or I might have wrapped it already. You know, just everybody. I got everybody's stuff. You know what I mean? Even people that got gifts, I said, yo, fuck it. I even gave them more because I had all these Coach items from work. You know, like just Coach bags, Michael Kors, Furla, you know, which is great. The Coach boots, the Coach sneakers, you know, I was like, all that stuff's expensive. You look it up, those items, and you know, a lot of people got that added to their Christmas stuff, you know, so there's gonna be a lot of happy people. I'd be gonna love John on Christmas. So, you know, that's what you know, you asked, that's my answer, you know. I'm trying, I'm still in the very beginning stages, you know. That's why I left that comment, you know, on Facebook, like, because nobody wanted to help me. Nobody, I mean, there's people that are busy. People worked all day and the time. And I'm friends with some people, and I didn't expect them. I wasn't asking them. So, you know who I'm talking to and who I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, I wrote, I need help. I just need to go down somewhere. I'll pay someone $25. Just bring me down there to get my tool, to work, to continue to earn money, to work for a one-man business. You know what I mean? Of someone who just came back from 10 years in prison. Like, people think people would be supportive. Like, yo, I got you, man. You gotta go somewhere. Don't even worry about the money. Just cover whatever gas you use. You know, I probably would have gave more than $25, but I said, I'll give $25, you know. I want to pay him fucking $55. It was $45, but I gave $10 tip because the cabbie was amazing. We were rapping together. You know, you guys know I'm lyrical, like a motherfucker. Not like, John's all right. John's fire. You know, so one time anybody